All right, online dating and matchmaking apps have made it just so much easier than ever to meet some new people, find a date. It also means it makes scammers work simpler too. This is because of technology that allows the creation of compelling backstories, questionable online identities, and plenty of reasons to break a heart. That sounds like a country song with Sandra Guile. Sandra Guile with the Better Business Bureau joins us now to talk about how to spot a fake. Thanks so much for coming in. And with Valentine's Day this week, it just seems the appropriate thing to talk about.
It sure does. And you know, the big question is your online profile having an affair that you don't know about? Yeah. That's the big question, because catfishers are out there. And what I mean by catfishing, I'm not talking about this. I'm talking about the ones that steal your heart. You connect with somebody online, you think there might be something there, you exchange information, maybe some personal details. The relationship goes on for a few weeks and they say, hey, let's take this offline to another completely different site, or a chat or something like that. And you feel like maybe there is definitely a connection, and you maybe arrange to meet somewhere over a cup of coffee, maybe a meal. All of a sudden, the excuses start. I can't meet you because I work overseas. I can't meet you. I've had a family emergency come up. I've had a relative who's had a disaster happen, or I'm having my own personal crisis. Then the intense asks start coming forth. I really love you, John, but I need you to send me $3,000.
Right. You can trust me. Yeah.
You can trust me. I'm good for the money. I'll pay you back. This unfortunately happens to a lot of elderly people. This unfortunately happens to a lot of military people. This unfortunately happens to a lot of single souls who really, really want to be in a relationship.
Yeah, and they get emotionally invested in it. They will look past what would be obvious to those of us who are not.
Correct.
But at the very beginning of when you see something happen, what are some tips for people to avoid being a scam like this?
Some of the biggest tip is that the profile sounds too hot to be true. They got the hot body, they got the massive riches, they're really well dressed. Then you really have to ask yourself, did they copy that image from somewhere else? I mean, they could have had your profile, John. You're Mr. Perfect, so.
And you could do it. You could do an image search, though.
You could do an image search. You could see if that image was copy and pasted from somewhere else. Second of all, in the course of the conversation, they're always in a hurry. They're always somewhere. They're always traveling. They're always doing this, that, or the other. They really don't seem to have the time or investment for a relationship. They just don't want to meet in person. That's your big red flag. Avoid being hooked. And then the hard luck stories, the emergency situations, the sick kid, the sick relative. But you can send me money, wire transfer, prepaid debit card. We've been saying this for a long time. Anytime those keywords come up, that's when you need to bail out of the boat ASAP. That is just a person that is not good for you at all. And then, of course, you need to find out more details on that profile, because sometimes the scammers use more than one profile and they can't remember which one they used. So if you can trip them up on that, usually a pretty good indication that it's really, really not true. Report it to law enforcement and report it to scamtracker.org.
And save yourself some money and some heartache at the same time.
Absolutely.
All right.
Absolutely.
Sandy, are you going to put the information on the website?
Absolutely. You can always find more information about these kinds of stories, about catfishing, about love and romance on Better Business Bureau or BBB.org. And we can probably find your profile there too.
All right. Swipe left. Swipe left.
Swipe left, yes.
All right. Thank you, Sandy.
You're welcome.